All right, good morning everybody. June 22nd, it's a Saturday morning. It's about 8:30 a.m. I just moved the, we'll call it the portable fence, to split up another section here in this paddock. Very quite simple. These are very common. They're just cheap run-of-the-mill. They're worth their weight in gold though. Stakes that you just literally shove into the ground. Of course, this gets hooked up to the electric fence, which is off. Cows are going nuts right now. And of course, this is the wind-up. The wind-up doohickey, we're going to call it. Works pretty damn good. I'll show you what they tackled all day yesterday till this morning. Let's look at all that clover. That's the product of every year spreading fertilizer here on this pasture ground, which is a necessity, adding in some of this red clover to the fertilizer. Very obvious to see what they had yesterday. It's also obvious to see that the pasture's kind of getting away from us. Now this is the last section in the 9-section pasture system here. So how do I say this? If there was a couple sections left to go before this one being the last one, I'd probably mow this down. Actually, this one's a real bare with that knoll right there. I would have picked another one. This is a problem, but it's a good problem to have with this grass getting away from you like this. I mean, this is a pretty small area considering the amount of cattle. And they graze this for 24 hours and look what's left. But it's also a good problem to have. I don't know how to say it. You also don't want it mowed down to dirt either. So I guess we're playing a perfect world here. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of neat to see what these girls do all day long for 24 hours and the difference maker here. It's pretty neat. I always like it when they're right here. It's just something about it. With the cows up by the house. And even at the end there when they're up by the road. It's just, I don't know, one of those things you just kind of, you know, if a person doesn't take a look back once in a great while, here I am getting dramatic, but if you don't, I think that's a problem. Or if you can't appreciate what's in front of you. I guess what I'm trying to say is when that herd is here by the house and up by the farm and going to running some errands or maybe even having a bad day, which, you know, we all have bad days. pulling into the driveway, into the house here, and having the cows all in this pasture is just, I just really like it. There's something about it. Kind of lets you know what you're doing, or what you're doing it for. And that's my 2 cents for today, whether it's worth anything or not. I guess what we're trying to say here is an appreciation level. And some days it's kind of hard to have some days. Yesterday was a little bit one of them, which I'm yet to do the last video. I'll do it today at some point on the primary sorghum field going in. We're going to have a little explanation of what happened yesterday, which, yeah, no worries. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, that was the first the first section grazed. Holy crap. You can already tell that it came back pretty damn well. I will tell you that we do need some moisture. I can't believe I'm saying that right now, but we do. This could get tricky. Now. Come on, get back now. Come on. I'm gonna lose my Ranger. I hope not. Go on. And let the parade start. Bunch of damn greedy pigs. Hey, bully. Off to the races. Low 1020. Good looking heifers here. I can promise you the Heifers Cattle Company is keeping her back, and 10 altogether. I decided with all my glory and knowledge I'm keeping 10 of the oldest heifers. The bull that tested real high, this is going to be his last year. I'm definitely keeping back 10 of my own heifers. Goes pretty quick, doesn't it, folks? You know, all of a sudden it just turned quiet. Boy, they were rambunctious this morning. Man, were they screaming. In fact, I thought I was going to have a little trouble on my hands. They headed to the north line. You bunch of damn troublemakers. You're not trapped. You know how to get out there. They headed to the north line, and I was almost confident that they were going to bust through, but thank God that they didn't. Boy, that Charlet just exploded in growth. That's just nuts. Yeah. Who knows? We're going to see how the rest of the year goes here. How summer and fall, how they go. The true facts of what actually did remain open, which is a little bit of a sore subject. There's a little handful more than what was thought. Keeping all the heifers back is a possibility. I don't know. I also have to have a sellable product though, so that might not be able to be had, folks. That's the grave reality of things. This and others is the farm's paycheck. Pure and simple. Yeah, there's some hay sales and stuff like that. Maybe even a little bit of custom work. You can bring money in. But yeah, this is the brass tacks of the farm's income, is these calves. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna see how the year goes. That's a nice healthy looking steer there. And we'll see about the heifer count that's gonna be kept back. The goal right now is 10. There's a little red. Told you this a dozen times. We're lucky to have him. He about kicked the bucket a couple times there, but he's doing real good. Another nice looking young heifer here. So anyway, as I stated, we're on the last section. There's today's feeding for the next 24 hours. And then I'm going to open up the rest of it in its entirety. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm having bad time with words here today. And they're going to feed off of that, plus what was left behind for 2 more days. So, after 3 more days, on the 4th day, are you keeping up? Sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? We're going to start opening up the big ones that do not get partitioned off with that portable fence. One of them being the entire North Hill. And with the amount of grass and how thick and gnarly it is, I'd have to say that they're going to be good up there for 4 days. Next is behind the barn, the north fence over there, which is where I thought they were going to break through here this morning. Now they started off back there, so that's going to be round number 2 for behind the barn, as we call it. It looks pretty damn good though. I'm guessing that they're going to have another good 4 days in there. And then once those are depleted, we're going to start the rotation all over again. They are eating no supplemental hay to speak of. That bale's been sitting there for about 3 days now, maybe 4. And don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest quality. That's the other reason why you see some there. We're down to the nitty gritty. But yeah, there's been no supplemental feeding hardly at all to speak of, which of course is the goal when you're pasturing cattle. It's free feed. I don't know how free it is. It's not free. I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say. So, oh, well, hello here. Oh, still warm. All right, right after I'm done gabbing and turn the electricity back on, which someday I'm going to pay a price for that lingering, I'll be coming to this. This is going to be their corn silage for the day. They don't get much, just enough for a nice balance. As you see here, it's cleaned up and licked up clean, which is a good thing. The evenings is when they get their grain ration. This is 40 head of Holstein Heifers. They're doing really good, except for one, and it might be that one way back there. It's got a very bad left rear leg. In fact, bad enough that I do believe that I need to call the owner and ask him what he wants done. I'm going to keep an eye on her. We'll look at her this afternoon. If she's still in the same condition, phone call needs to be made. I do not own these animals, folks. There was enough trust and respect given to be able to raise them in a custom fashion. So, yeah. All right, that's it for this morning. I got to go turn that electricity off before I have a really bad day. I already stated you're yet to see a video. Sorry about this long video, folks. On what transpired yesterday with finishing the planting of sorghum. Today is a good day. The field is done and planted. It's not altogether a all 100% positive story. And I'll do a little video on that out in the field. You can see what it looks like now. Other than that, I got a lot of things to put away today. It's haying season up here right now this morning, which I'm really happy about shifting gears. I really am. A lot of stuff to move, put away. We're also taking that big beast out, the New Holland roll belt 450 round baler, and she's getting a absolute deep clean and a full complete service ready to go. I want to do a little bit of maintenance and upkeep on some of the tractors, and anything else we can get our hands on. I even want to pull out that double windrow rake, and I need to mess with the hydraulics and find the adjustment, or shall I say problem, being that it's so slow. But anyway, yeah, hay is now on the mind, and I look forward to getting it started. I honestly have not checked the weather pattern lately, so I don't know when we're going to get started, but I'm looking really forward to it. Folks, I got to get going. Stay tuned for some more videos here this weekend. There'll be another one, if not two, here today. And we're going to talk to you sooner and later. Have a great morning.